So I'm taking the 10:32 Avanti West Coast train from here in Chester, England to London Euston station. Let's see what it's like. We're all waiting here nicely. There was a bunch of delays on the Merseyrail train, so we're hoping it doesn't happen to this one. We'll see. It's very quiet, it's very smooth. It's actually been a nice little journey. The seats are a bit snug, let's just say. So if there's two of you there, you're going to be really up close and personal, but what's cool is the handrails or the armrests kind of come up in between, so that's nice. There is Wi-Fi on the train, but you have to give them your name, phone number, email, all that stuff to get linked up, but it works actually fine. I've been watching some YouTube and doing my emails, no problem. You can tell it's a pretty smooth ride and pretty quiet if I'm sitting here doing this video in the train without it being all kinds of noisy. So, I mean, it is really an enjoyable trip. And it's, going to be, 2.5 hours, whatever, to get there. So we'll see if we're on time. But yeah, it's been a nice little trip. Bathroom has everything you need. Even has a changing table. It's handicap accessible. There was toilet paper. I can't complain about that. Push button, open, close, lock. So yeah, nice little train. It's very clean. Can't complain. I'm going to get a snack. The snack bar has like sodas and sandwiches and crisps and candy, so basic kind of stuff like that. They actually have it where you can order to your seat if you want. But yeah, I'm just going to go to the shop and go grab something. But yeah, it's a little snug for the seats if you're going to work, but it's definitely doable. And for the price, I was very happy with it. I'm coming off peak, so it was a much lower price than we're going on peak or peak time, so that was cool. Also, in terms of being very quiet, the people are very quiet on the train too, because that's one thing is you don't really talk on the trains here in the UK when you go around. Hence why I'm in the center part with the bathroom to talk here. Usually I do it at the train station, but I mean this is probably quieter than the train station or the railway station, so something to think about. So Avanti West Coast, not a bad choice. So we're almost to London. They just delayed our train, some work going on. Yeah, usual thing on the trains here. Another don't I have you when you're taking the trains here in Britain is don't forget to mind the gap, mind the step, because there can be quite a difference between the train step and when you get on the platform. Also, the distance from the train to the platform can be a little much, so do pay attention because I've seen people falling off the trains before, so heads up. Some other don'ts for the train is don't expect the trains to always be on time. Delays do happen, and sometimes even though you depart on time, it doesn't always mean you're going to arrive on time because of work or delays or whatever. So don't be like planning your flight and your dinners and everything on a perfectly arriving train, because sometimes they do arrive late. I had a 2-hour train from Chester here and it was 25 minutes late. So that does happen just like any other train. Also, don't expect a ton of space inside, not just for yourself, but for your luggage. And I know I talked about that before, but just something to re-emphasize. Another thing I would say is on some of the trains they actually do have Wi-Fi, but I'm going to tell you this. Don't expect super great Wi-Fi if they have it on there, and don't expect to have a cell signal everywhere you go when you're traveling around the train in the UK, because some places just don't have coverage or don't have very strong coverage because you're going through the countryside. So if you want to get work done, maybe have your stuff on offline work so you can do it that way, so you don't have to worry about trying to connect if there are issues. And please, for the love of God, don't be loud when you're in the cars. Don't listen to your music out loud. Use headphones. Don't do speakerphone conversations so the whole cabin can hear you, because honestly, these trains are very quiet around here and people like to have a quiet journey. Some things about the seats, they are a little tight in terms of not a lot of space between them in terms of in front of you, but the seats don't actually recline, so it's not really an issue. So you're not worried about people bashing you in the face if you don't have a lot of space. There are plugs at the seats and they did charge very well, so it wasn't super slow charging, charged just fine for my devices. Probably the one issue though for travelers you might want to know is there's not a lot of space for your luggage. There's very, very tiny space above your seat, which will hold like a backpack or a European restriction carry-on size bag that has not been extended. Those might fit over top. Otherwise, you might need to put it underneath your seat, or at the end of the carriages, there's like, a small shelving unit to put some luggage, but even those don't hold the big luggage if you're used to riding with those. Because if you have your big luggage, you might be sitting with it out in the kind of the hallway space, so just be aware of that. Well, we made it here, only 24 minutes late, had a couple delays along the way. overall, a very comfortable ride. I would definitely ride with Avanti West Coast again, no problem. I would make sure I bring some headphones just in case the people near you decide to talk on the phone on speakerphone or listen to their own music, which got annoying because the train is very, very quiet. So if people do talk or do listen to their music, it gets really annoying really fast. But overall, nice experience. One thing I would say, there was the free Wi-Fi. At first it worked really well, like I said, but then after a while it took a long time to really do anything. I did get to listen to some music, so that streamed okay, but like YouTube videos eventually got very laggy, but it still works. I mean, for free Wi-Fi on a train, it's okay. Do know if you're going to be trying to make phone calls or texting or whatever, you don't always have a signal, so you might lose your signal on the way, but overall, pretty good trip. So here we are to London Euston, just 25 minutes late, but cool ride. What's been your experience with Avanti West Coast, your trips? Let us know down below, and what you want to know about a train review. We'd like to know. Bye.